Hey Cypress fam, this is Thomas, a fellow Cypress student, a C4 Cyber Club member, and a tutor for CIS-230 Intro to Networks. So, I know what you're thinking. You've got your Nighthawk tri-band router and your PS5, your Xbox, your Alexa, your 3 desktops and 4 laptops, and they're all playing together quite nicely, right? Well, this class won't have anything to do with that. CIS-230 is about introducing you to networking technology to build a career. In this course, you'll learn about the building blocks and technologies behind networking. We'll go over the current landscape of networks, both small and large, as well as unleashing the acronyms, such as WAN, LAN, PAN, and JAN. Okay, that last one isn't real, but you get the point. This course will give you an understanding of the OSI model, network cabling, networking equipment such as routers and switches, and the operating systems that run them. You'll learn about IP addressing and network segmentation, as well as the many methods of achieving segmentation. The best part of this is that once you complete the course, you'll get a nifty certificate of completion straight from Cisco. So, let's dive a little deeper by taking a look at a packet tracer activity. Packet Tracer is a Cisco Certified Networking Associate student's weapon of choice. It allows for network simulation and modeling so that you can practice the skills that you'll be learning throughout this course. Packet Tracer was created by Cisco and is available on Windows, Mac, Linux, iOS, and Android. So we're going to take a quick peek at Packet Tracer Lab 4.6. Now, Packet Tracer is great because it allows you to simulate networks. So you have networking nodes, which are computers, servers, home computers, printers, anything that basically uses a network. And then you have your network devices like wireless routers, cable modems, and in this case the cloud represents the internet. The other great thing about the lab is all of the instructions are in a window that's actually part of the Packet Tracer lab. So, the first thing that this lab wants us to do is connect router 0 to the cloud. Now, you have an option down here which is kind of like an automatic wizard that picks the right cabling to connect, but for this lab, they don't allow you to use that. So we actually have to pick the correct cable. All right, in this case, it's telling you for the first option that we need a copper straight through connection. So you come down to the cable options and you hover over them until you find the right one. Copper straight through. Click on the router. Now, you'll have to choose the option that goes with the cable you'll have, which you'll be learning about in class. But for now, a straight through is an Ethernet connection, so we're going to choose the first option, fast Ethernet, and you'll get this little tail. Then we'll come over to the cloud and click on it, and again you'll choose the option that makes the most sense, in this case Ethernet 6. We've got true green triangles, which means the connection is correct. Next, we are going to connect router 0 to our configuration terminal. So our configuration terminal is basically just a computer. The configuration terminal uses a special connection, the RS-232, which is actually a console connection. So there's a cable here that's called console, so we'll click on that. We'll choose RS-232, and we'll come up to the router, and we'll choose console. And now they are connected. Alright, so now we've got everything connected here. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the terminal, which is something you'll be doing a lot of in Packet Tracer. So these types of routers are Cisco routers, or more business related routers, where you can actually do configuration with a terminal application. So we're going to go back to this configuration terminal, and we're going to go to desktop, and we're going to actually click on terminal. These are just some options for viewing the terminal. We'll click OK, and this is our terminal. Very similar to a command prompt. Alright, so this is actually interacting with this router here. So we can hit enter to get started, and you get a command prompt here. Again, very similar to like in Windows. So I can type a question mark, it'll show me a list of commands there. And what we want to actually do is make sure that this is actually working properly. So there's a command where you can show, and you can show an IP and interfaces to make sure that there's an Internet Protocol interface. And we don't want to see too much information, so we're going to make it brief. It looks like my syntax here was wrong where I typed interfaces. It should have just been interface. Alright, so this is going to show you a list of the interfaces that router has, and it's going to show you the IP addresses where applicable. So in this case, the serial connection and the VLAN connection don't have an IP address because they haven't been set up. So from Packet Tracer now, we're going to take a quick look at subnetting. Subnets, what are those? Subnets are a way of segregating network communication so that some devices can communicate with each other but not with other devices, or so that communications only go to specific devices. So think of a network like a school campus, right? The campus itself is the network. You've got students all over the campus, and those students are going to represent the devices on your network, so the computers, the tablets, the phones, etc. The classrooms are the subnets. All the students in a particular classroom, they can talk to each other, but they can't talk to the students in the other classrooms, even though they're all in the same school. The principal of the school, think of the principal like the main router or the gateway. That's controlling what goes in and what comes out. And you have your teachers in each classroom, think of them like the switch. So they're controlling the devices on their individual subnets. Alright? So that's networking. What you'll also learn is binary math. So for example here, the decimal number 150 in binary is 100101110. I know, it's a lot. It'll make sense when you join us in class. This is pretty neat, right? So we can't wait to see you in CIS-230.